Hello, and welcome to Todd Plays Games. For one of the last videos of the year, there's actually quite a lot dropping between now and New Year's Eve. All of it Starfield, so if you want some Starfield, I'm sorry there isn't a drop today, because today's Christmas Day. I wanted to do something special. I want to do something special for the people who have been with this channel probably since August. You already know what it is, I'll put it in the title. We're doing the epilogue for Todd's campaign of Baldur's Gate 3. I loved filming this, I loved being back in that game world. And I figured it was a really nice ending, not just for our playthrough, but also as we come to the end of the year. It was a nice little something for you guys as a very, very small Christmas present. And a gesture of thanks. Everybody who's been here, it's been a fantastic year. Alright, we haven't quite hit the targets that I wanted to. Part of that is probably because since November I've just been flattened by whatever is wrong. And I've had some other stuff going on that has pulled me away from the streaming. But we will be back, probably not quite as hard as we were previously. But we will definitely be back streaming in January. I've already got the prologue for what that will be, ready to drop at some point between Christmas and New Year. And I wanted to say thank you. So all I'm doing is saying thank you. And I hope you all have a wonderful Christmas, happy holidays, however you celebrate. And enjoy.
Since the Netherbrain fell, you and Shadowheart have seen more of Faerun than you ever thought possible. She no longer shies from wolves or water. Nothing in the world frightens her anymore, and you feel you could face anything by her side. One day, you receive a letter passed to you by a stranger who bows with deference. An invitation to a gathering of the friends and allies who stood by your side in the fight against the Absolute. You waste no time in packing and set off on the long road back to where all of your adventures together began.
Withers! Been a while. Karlach, Will.
Thou wert called here, some from above, some below. For with thine bond, together thou hast kept the wheel of fate spinning when it threatened to halt. Though thou wert drawn far apart in the months after the collapse of the Absolute, tonight, fate renews thy bond once more. Thou shouldst take care to preserve it. It is a great weapon, wielded in the hand of good. Go. Know one another once more.
Friends, allies.
Now there's
We're reunited once more.
amidst nature. What more could I wish for?
And Owlbear is still armored. Oh god, this is perfect. Okay. Oh, Volo's here? Oh well, you can't have everything. Meliel, I don't remember you. Nice soundtrack though. Minsk. Oh, I don't have Speak with Animals on. God's sake. Pet him. Hello, old friend. You I am most pleased to see. Good to see you.
He looks coyly at the ground, suddenly shy.
So, speak with animals before we get to Scratch. Hey, boy.
I play with Big Brother Scratch, but I'm careful. He's small.
I love it already. This epilogue is amazing. We'll get you at Camp 1 playthrough, I promise.
Yes. Miss this. More.
Last one. I got other people to see.
Yes. Miss this. More.
Maybe later.
There you are. I was hoping you'd make your way over.
Scratch first.
Familiar sight. Scratch can't quite speak around the thing he has in his mouth.
Where did you find that? Come here, boy. Good boy.
It's so nice to see you again. You smell different, but not too different. I missed your smell, but this thing I found had you all over it. I brought it for you, and I thought perhaps you'd like to throw it?
Glad to hear you fared well since our travels together.
I certainly have, and I always will. Forever, I think. And so will you.
Let's throw the box. Oh god, how do I throw? Where is it? Where's the... I just picked up his food. Scratch! Scratch, you ready? Yeah, he's ready. You want this? You want this? You want this? You want this? No. Yes, you do. Yeah, you do. Bring it back. Come on, boy. I guess you can keep it then.
Oh, boy! Is it lovely to sniff you again?
Pet him. Good boy. I'm amazed that he didn't come with us. I get that we can't travel with the giant owlbear all the time, but surely you'd have taken Scratch with you.
You always know just how to do it.
Good boy. I don't know who to do first.
Well now, you can make yourself presentable when you have a mind to.
That makes one of us.
Oh, forgive me. I am simply excitable. It is good to be out under an open sky once more. My first, since the reconstruction began. We left quite a mess behind. But the city begins to look something like itself once more.
Good.
Same twisting alleys for purse pickers. Same wooden buildings ready to get burnt by next year's dragon. Same cisterns overflowing. Huh.
Oh, they're addressing the upper city. That's interesting. I heard rumors the upper city was destroyed beyond reconstruction.
The upper city has been almost entirely rebuilt. That's where the gold is. Even the builder's scaffolds are cleared from the streets. No dust left to sneeze at. Baldurians simply get on with it. Stubbornness, civic spirit, plain stupidity. Perhaps all three, but nothing I will sniff at any longer. Harpers have come from half the world over to lend aid. Farmers, masons, healers. My own son, Jord, has been wooed to their ranks. Already he plans crop cycles in Worm's Crossing. Not so for my daughter. Ryan's rejoined the Flaming Fist. Temporarily, you understand. To organize the craftsmen. Though she spends more time locking up comrades for pocketing aid funds. They might learn a thing or two if they don't expel her. Again.
She sounds like her mother. You must be proud of them.
I suppose I am. I tried to steer them clear of my life's work, but they have chosen it for themselves. There is still much to do. People to house, a Harper network to rebuild. I may have little love for this city, but so long as my family chooses to serve it, I can do no less. For all your travels, I hope you have arrived where you want to be. Home. Whatever that means to you.
My home is with Shadowheart.
Ah, sentiment. With the greatest affection, I can think of better ways to sour our stomachs. I must inspect the refreshments. You'll never know. Some ne'er-do-well might have tampered with the wine.
Oh, are you gonna spice this feast up a little more? Follow, you're not dead.
Ah, my dear friend, it's been an age, has it not? You're looking very well indeed.
Thank you.
Our skeletal friend will be very pleased to see I found my way here, despite my invitation getting lost in the post.
That's what happened, yeah. It's wonderful to see you, Follow. How have you been?
Busy as ever. Better that than the reverse, wouldn't you say? Every major publishing house on the Sword Coast has been vying for my upcoming book on the subject of our adventures together.
Obviously.
I've gotten quite good at replicating your signature. See,
Oh,
you
God.
didn't even bother with the release form. You might help me with the title, though. I'm considering The Hero and Me. What do you think?
I think it needs work. We don't... Todd isn't smart enough to know the difference between the hero and me and the hero and I. I love it, presuming I'm the hero.
Oh, that would be telling, wouldn't it? But believe you me, my friend, not a word could have been written without you.
Oh, my signature,
Perhaps,
apparently.
once the manuscript is finished, you'd even be willing to write a foreword? Or better yet, I'll write a draft and you can just sign your name. Better still, I'll sign it for you.
Yeah, that's how it seems like it'll go.
Your success really has been wonderful for my reputation. But you mustn't let me hog your attention all night, my friend. You've many friends to chat to, and I'd love to listen in.
No.
Hells yes! You're here!
Come on, then.
Oh, shit. Oh, my God! He wasn't kidding. Withers, you mad bastard! You brought me back! Soldier! It's really you. I've missed you, man. Like, I've really missed you. And you're so... clean!
I've missed you too, Carla.
I'd say so. Can't think of who's been carrying your pack now that Kay's out of commission. Man, we had some good times. Wish Will and I had more time to reminisce, but surviving Avernus is just non-stop. Still, having him there has been incredible. You really can get through anything with someone you love at your side. Oh, but hey, Guess what we found? Cambion dropped a map with directions and blueprints for Zariel's own private forge. A fucking forge! Our current plan is to get in, grab a smith, and force him to fix old Rusty. Or maybe give me a brand new model that can live outside of Ernest. You haven't seen the last of old Karlak yet, soldier.
Good. I hope not. Good luck, Karlak.
Hells, I don't need luck. I've got the blade of Avernus on my side. Can I look you up when I'm out?
Of course. You'd better, or I'll hunt you down myself.
Hey, that would be kind of fun, though. High stakes hide and seek. Honestly, I'd be curious to see if you could land a blow or two. Gods, is it good to see you again. To be here, together. Hard not to get used to it all over again. This won't be the last time. I promise.
Like I say, it better not be. Where'd Will go? And now she's doing press-ups. Of course she is. That girl never stops. Lae'zel, astral planing in.
Wonder if the gods are watching me.
No, one of them.
Old friend. For 2 months I trained the Knights of the Comet. For 2 more I skewered Kithraki bellies. And for 2 more yet, I traveled through Limbo. But to see your face, it brings me even more pleasure than taking a Royal Inquisitor's head.
Of course we failed an Arcana check. This is TOD after all. I figured the Lich Queen would be dead by now. What's the hold-up?
We've spilled blood, gained a foothold in the astral, but still we need allies. And one beyond reckoning has made itself known. Zereth Minyaragith.
Zereth Minyaragith. What is that?
Not a what, but a who. The immortal god king of the Githzerai. An exiled people. Once king with mine, until the madness of civil war ripped our one sky into 2. Our Gish sent word of the rebellion to Minyaragith through the cosmos. He's agreed to parley. It's fallen to me to secure an alliance.
Wow. Best choice for the job. Your tongue is as learned as your blade.
My blade is keen as ever. But it was you who showed me that a proper victory doesn't always require a razor-sharp edge. Sometimes, a sincere plea is more persuasive than a dagger against the neck.
Clearly didn't learn that from me.
Minyaragith is an ascetic. He reached out in good faith. This is his way. It is in this spirit that I must meet him. And if he refuses, I carry on. Gravity pulls me in but one direction. I am the comet. I will not rest until I burn Vlaakith's bones to ash and smash her phylactery to pieces. My people will be free. But you've heard that refrain before. Zealous, bossy, insistent. All part and parcel of my undeniable charm.
Oh, that's what we're calling it. It's a shame you can't be with us in person. It's like talking to a ghost.
I suppose it is, rather. I'm just glad to be here at all. It's taken a dozen Gish's talents, a few stolen psi crystals, and 2 10 days of effort to conjure my projection. Worth it, I'd say. I miss this place. This... Fey Run. More to the point, I missed you. But I'll be back to see you again when the comet has risen. As surely as Kalir will forever circle the sun.
It's good to see you, Lae'zel.
Damn.
Go on then, old creepy.
You would think someone of my vintage would be inured to the passage of time. Yet these past 6 months have seemed endless without your company. But now, our paths cross once more.
Let me guess. Just as nature intended.
Just as I hoped they would, more like. The Oak Father has been kind to me this past while. Yet I cannot forget the bond we all forged together. It is one that can weather any distance, any passage of time. I know it can, for I feel the longing for old friends in my heart each day.
You sound like you need a drink.
Well, I am not normally given to imbibing, but this is a special occasion, and I believe our dear Withers procured a fine honey mead as part of the celebratory victuals. Even the most ascetic of nature's servants would be tempted by such an elixir, but that can wait. Your company is what truly drew me. Now, we have much to catch up on. Do not allow me to ramble on. I am eager to hear all you've been doing.
I bet you are, but there's a lot of things that I'd get in trouble if I told you. You first, Halzin. I want to hear about the life you've made, the people you've helped.
In that case, very well. Our community grows rapidly. In 6 months, we have turned what was once a shadowy wasteland into a true home for all. In another 6 months, I would wager the scars of the past will be entirely invisible, even to those who remember them. The old masonry of Moonrise Towers and Rythwin have been repurposed into new homes, and the land is rich with harvests and bountiful trees. Nature and civilization are in harmony, stronger together.
It sounds wonderful.
It is, truly. Though a more complex, evolving beast than I could ever have anticipated. I spoke often of balance before. Only now do I realize the balance is no simple, fixed thing. We welcome folk from all walks of life. Anyone who wishes for a new start. Naturally, it can be chaotic at times, but it is a thrilling sort of chaos. It thrives in ways I could never have dreamed of.
I'll need to see this place for myself.
You are welcome whenever you like, and for however long you please. Now, please, tell me all, and spare no details. I shall not lie. I have an ulterior motive in wishing to hear all. It is the children, you see, my charges. Their appetite for bedtime tales is greater than I could ever have anticipated. Another story, Daddy Halsin. Another is the chorus that greets me each nightfall. They have all but exhausted my repertoire in but a few short months. No mean feat given the lifetime I have lived. I desperately need new material, please. My reputation is at stake.
Wait. Did we know he had kids? I expect you'll have a few tales to tell that will need to wait until they're older.
More than a few, I should think. At least I shall be equipped to explain the birds and the bees when the time comes. But I hope that time is quite a while off yet.
All right. Let me see what I have.
I am all ears. Though I never cared for that phrase. A rather unsettling image.
Regale Halzin with the tales of your past 6 months.
You have kept yourself busy. I expected no less, in truth. I shall be able to keep the children enthralled for a few more nights yet, thanks to you. And should you wish to retell of your exploits in person, well, I shall not object to a night off. Now, it would be cruel of me to hoard you all to myself for the evening, as much as I would like to. I shall leave you to the others for now. Unless there was anything else?
Tell me about Thaniel and Oliver. Do you see much of them?
Quite often. They come and go as they please, but with so many playmates to avail of, They are far from strangers. They ask after you often. What you did for them will never be forgotten. I can see it in the land all around me. But more importantly, I see it in their faces whenever they visit. To make a child smile is to dabble with the power of gods, as far as I'm concerned.
What of the Grove? Do you stay in touch?
On occasion, but I prefer not to interfere. Francesca of the High Forest is Archdruid now, and by all accounts, she has proven to be a steady and wise influence. Even Korga may yet find true balance, thanks to her influence.
You seem more settled than I expected of you. I thought that was against your nature.
As did I, but somehow I feel like I no longer need to roam. That I have found something worthy laying roots for. Amazing what can be discovered about oneself, even at a ripe old age.
It's good to see you, Halsin.
Before you go, I have something for you. Just a little keepsake, really. Do you remember how I told you I like to whittle? I made this. Ducks are my favorite, but...
Pretty good.
I thought they were particularly fitting in this case. They are migratory birds, of course, traveling far and wide with the turn of the seasons. Yet, they always find their way back to where they belong. Just like old friends find themselves back in each other's company.
You're a sentimental creature at heart, you know that.
Oh, I am well aware, trust me. Now, I've taken up enough of your time. Go on, enjoy the festivities.
A whittled duck. Who's that? Gale! Gale!
I cannot remember.
You're not
the last time
dead.
I heard the ballad.
Well, well. Look what the Tressim dragged in. Professor Gale Decarius of Blackstaff Academy.
Professor?
Educator of the esteemed School of Illusion. A pleasure to remake your acquaintance.
Only a professor. With your expertise, I thought you could teach every kind of magic going.
I did offer, as a matter of fact. However, the Blackstaff insisted I couldn't teach every subject, nor could the simulacra of myself I offered to create for that purpose. So I've settled for teaching the art of illusion. Magic to confound the senses, to render the impossible into reality, and to allow expression of that most magical attribute of all, imagination. I fear my students find me somewhat intimidating due to my, explosive former reputation. I seem to put the fear of the gods into them. Or the fear of Mystra, to be more specific. I surrendered the crown of Carsus to her, as I told you I would.
Good.
And in return, she cured me of the orb at last. Even now, I struggle to put the feelings into words. It was like exhaling for the first time after holding my breath for so very long. Of course, I haven't clarified with my students that the orb is no longer a threat. The legend of my explosive capabilities is an excellent means of controlling a classroom. Too good, if anything. I spend most of my time trying to convince them how much fun the study of magic can be. But it'd be easier to crack a smile on an intellect devourer than some of my pupils.
You used to take yourself rather seriously, you know?
I did. But meeting you, traveling the strangest of roads together, I learned to see myself differently. See the weave differently. In fact, I've actually been considering writing down the story of our adventures. The true tale of our flawed but ultimately endearing troop, and the trials and tribulations we overcame.
It'd be more truthful than
Hardly
Volos.
leave it to the likes of Volo to give a true account of our adventures. And no one would believe him if he did.
That odious man truly frizzles my whiskers. Long-haired miniature dragon, he calls me. Dress him is much less of a mouthful.
And what of you? What are you making of this newfound lease of life we earned?
I've been enjoying the solitude of life on the roads. Going where I'm wanted and staying no longer than I'm needed.
From you, I'd expect nothing less. I've told my students plenty of tales about our escapades. You're something of a hero to them, you know?
I expect no less.
I'd be delighted to introduce you to my current cohort as a guest lecturer, perhaps. I'm sure they'd have plenty of questions for you.
Perhaps Shadowheart and I can give the lecture together.
I don't see why not. Two heads are better than one. Unless you're dealing with an Etin. Of course, you'll be most welcome to stay with me in my tower. My apologies, Tara. That would be our tower.
I'm glad he found Tara, because I never could again.
It will give us plenty of time to catch up on your adventures. I'm very curious to know what you've been up to these past months. But I suspect the telling of that tale would keep you tied to me all evening. So, in the spirit of selflessness, I encourage you to mix and mingle for now, with time enough to come.
Good to see you, girl. I'm glad you made amends. I think we speak to Shadowheart last because we've spent most time with her. Let's go see Boo. Oh, and then, well, I don't know if we'll see Boo actually, but let's go see Minsk. And I want Minsk and Karlak to have a drinking contest.
Your friend was near. Boo!
Who is there?
Dreaming. It is our old friend.
Less of the old. Why would you be dreaming?
What is reuniting with old comrades, if not the stuff of dreams? But Minsk is full-clothed, so this must be no vision. You will forgive the aroma, I hope. We were not expecting the Dusty One to open a portal to our very cell.
Cell?
Boo had a moment to lick himself clean, but there is a little too much of Minsk to cover.
Why were you in a cell?
Minsk and Boo have been helping, of course. We guard the streets, while Jaheira is occupied with harperish matters. The Zentarum rule the city's underbelly, so Minsk and Boo went to give them a tickle. There were harsh words, battle cries, some manner of head wound. We awoke in a Zentish cell, awaiting trial by noble combat. Execution, says Boo, though I am not sure of the difference. It is a long walk to the gallows, and Minsk still has his fists, no?
You are something else. You really are. It sounds like Withers got you out just in time.
In ample time indeed. So long as the Bone Mage returns us to our cell by dawn, Boo would not be late to the bloodshed. But leave such matters for the morn. Tonight is for celebration and the telling of tales. How have you filled your days since we tore the sticky tyrant from the sky?
Honestly, I've been missing all of you.
No, my friend. It is not yet time for tears and passing Boo around for the wiping of eyes. There is much merriment to be made before the night is done. Go and greet the others. Minsk shall make himself presentable. Ah, this pond shall do nicely, Boo. Though I see no soap. So you shall have to blow the bubbles for me.
Oh, don't ever change. I wish we had more time with him in-game. Will?
There you are, my friend. Breathe deep. Can you smell it?
Sulfur. Breathe deeply and take in the sense around you. Okay, even on a -1, there is no way that we can fail this as a ranger. Nope, checks out. God, it's like we haven't taken a break from this. Oh, roll again. Come on, don't fail me now. That'll do.
You take in every scent the night breeze
Oh, I've
carries.
missed this so much.
Sweet honeysuckle, tender violets, and an earthy fragrance you can't quite recognize.
I noticed the scent of sulfur. It's awful. Is that you?
By the good gods. How bad do I reek? Ugh, shit. Dried devil's blood. Stinks like a skunk squatting in an aboleth's corpse. No wonder. Karlak and I have felled enough Cambions to build a fortress with their horns. Who'd have thought that just one of those fiends held the key to escaping Avernus for good? One of them sported a map and some blueprints. If you want all the gory details, Karlak can fill you in.
We've spoken. How are you faring without your warlock powers?
I think the splinters I made out of the last bone devil I saw speak for themselves. Not to pat myself too hard on the back, but I'm not such a bad ranger if I do say so myself.
Oh. Have you had any time to visit your father?
I've seen him more than a few times, and he's as proud of me as I am of him.
Good.
He's leading the city's renewal, opened the gates to all newcomers, rebuilt the council from scratch. And he's back in his element, commanding the flaming fist with brave heart and no shortage of empathy. The likes of Gortash can bend people's minds with a few chosen words. No tadpole needed. Bane's Chosen primed the fist for a war they weren't meant to win. He convinced them there was an assassin hiding in every shadow, that cruelty was the correct answer to crisis. With a few exceptions, fathers pardoned every last fist. If my forgiveness not be Tyr's will, so be it. I shall forgive them all the same. His words, not mine. He still believes in the bow and the blade, but with Floric's help, he's teaching the fist a new lesson.
Good.
Valor is found not in the wounds you inflict, but in the lives that you have bettered. May they all take it to heart.
I've missed traveling with you. You may stink, but you're a pleasure to be around.
I've missed you too. The rush of battles we fought, the heart-to-hearts, the nights around the fire, the comfort of knowing I didn't face the unknown alone. If I had to do it all over again, and I'd rather not, to be clear, I can't imagine not having you at my side.
Go find something to cover up that smell.
Well, that's enough hell talk for the moment. The night's young. You shouldn't go wasting it. Or wasting any of the wine for that matter. I plan on downing half a bottle myself. Oh, did I say half a bottle? I meant half a dozen.
More like it. I'm just double checking that we've got everybody but Shadowheart, which we have. Let's talk to Shadowheart and then we will talk to the Bard.
I didn't expect to be nervous, but seeing everyone here like this. It's strange, isn't it? I feel like I must have dreamed the last few months. Now I'm waking up back in camp with my hair smelling like wood smoke and fallen leaves stuck to my backside.
Your backside is just fine, trust me. I've been checking it regularly.
Oh, I've noticed. Ever since I first slipped into my camp garments, I should think. So, we should divvy up what we tell people about what we've been doing these past few months. I'd hate to be a bore that comes along and regurgitates the same story to someone moments after you've told them. Any ideas?
I'm your willing accomplice in all things. What do you think is worth telling?
Well, there's the visit to the House of the Moon, fending off Sharan assassins. That stray imp that joined us. Bing Bong, wasn't it?
Bing Bong.
We've squeezed in a lot. And I'm glad I got to share it all with you. I'm sure we'll have them hanging off our every word. I'll leave you to do some mingling, unless you need anything else.
I mean, it'd be rude not to, right?
Why? Are you expecting to be gone for long? All right. I could get lost in those arms.
That's probably what I'd say to Karlak if this had been a different playthrough.
That can be arranged.
I had forgotten how big TOD was. He is
Almost
a big
shame
drow.
We're with company. I'd be tempted to let you whisk me away someplace quiet.
Now that can be arranged. I'll be back soon.
With music in the air and wine flowing, I think I'll manage. Don't get into trouble, but if you must, fetch me first.
No promises. She's even taken her boots off in the water. Has she? She has. Okay. Who are you?
Oh, hello. Let me guess, you've got some suggestions about the music choice.
The music's fine. Only invited guests are not. Who are you?
You have no idea who I am, do you? I thought Withers might have set the stage a little.
Go on then. What's your name?
Milil. Though if the lack of song prayers is anything to go by, that name carries less weight than it used to. Apologies. I think I got a mote. Carried away there.
Another failed check,
You're
eh?
hardly to blame. You just want to change up the music, I wager.
Yeah, okay. Play something else.
Go on then. What should I play?
I'd like something that feels rich and warm.
Fine. It's your party after all.
A beautiful night. I wish it could last forever.
I guess we need to find Withers. I guess he's in there. Alzen, Volo, me. Who's moving around? Will. Do we not? Surely we need to talk to Withers. Before we end the adventure, can I have some food? It's nice to see everyone again. Guild letters from... Oh wow, okay. We might be here forever. To the hero of the realms. We have followed your adventure closely, from the day you fell from that doomed nautiloid to the final blow you struck the Netherbrain as it loomed over the Sword Coast. We are but a humble guild who pride ourselves in telling stories, not unlike the tales to be written of you for many years to come. How inspired we have been to witness your feats, awesome and terrible, the lives you've saved and sundered, the friendships you've found. Thus, we thought to extend a greeting, to thank you for adventuring with such creative determination, such panache, even to touch the hearts of each of our number. With deepest gratitude, the Guild of Great Genius. I'm hoping that's aka Larian, because they really earn it. Art? I remember Art. To an old acquaintance. I write to you from a sunny porch in the Last Light Inn. A light breeze blows now and then. People are milling in and out. Builders, visitors, the children of all ages in Halzin's care. I can no longer hold a quill or eat without assistance. A kind friend is transcribing this for me. Thaniel, rejoined with Oliver, has promised to be with me when the end comes. Can everyone shut up? I'm trying to read here. And as our old songs drift on the wind, even louder, I know I have mere days left. But I do not fear it. If not for your help, this land would still be shrouded in darkness. And I'd still be lost within it. Know that my heart is full and happy, and I'm grateful for my last moments. Do visit someday, and if you have the time to stop by an old Flaming Fist's grave, I know I'd love to see you. Art colour. Hero of Baldur's Gate, vanquisher of the Absolute. The city is forever in your debt, for without your valour, your audacity, your sacrifice, it would not know renewal. It is not temples and inns and homes I speak of, but hearts. Baldur's Gate can never be the city it was before it suffered the Absolute's touch. And that is as it should be. The survivors have borne witness to their homes' near destruction. They have come to regret turning a blind eye to the cruelty Gortash disguised as safety and security. And they understand, just as I have come to understand, that trust, compassion and unity are the foundation of Baldur's Gate. Our gates are open once more to be disowned and displaced. The Flaming Fist will learn to be true servants of the people, and I will devote myself to ridding the gate of the shameful fears that allow evil to enter our homes and sit at our tables. Yours, Ulder Ravengard. Oh god, Arabella's writing some. Hey you, it's Arabella. You remember me, right? Bone Man once said I needed to find balance. Where creation meets ruin, where morning meets midnight. The root of all being. Fancy talk. He was right though. After I touched the idol in the grove, it was like a big tree started to grow in my head, and all these weird thoughts and feelings and powers sprouted on its branches like big black leaves. I had to figure myself out. So I followed the weave, like Bone Man said. I don't know how I knew what to do, I just did. After you squished the brain, Beardman showed up, said the weave... Beardman? Said the weave led him to me. Oh, yeah, okay. He's teaching me how to make sense of these leaves in my tree head. My head tree. God. He says I need to use magic responsibly. He also says not to call him Beardman. I'll let you know how it goes. Raj. A Raj? My friend, no, my darling. Greetings from yeah, the Underdark place. Where the blood you so kindly, oh yes, you so kindly traded me is ready to play its part in resurrecting the glorious house of Baldur. From the moment I saw you, I knew you had power, and I knew that I could harness it. I knew that it could be mine. Soon I will descend into the abyss my people call the Claw Rift, searching for my lost house in its depths. Will it be dangerous? Oh yes, most dangerous. But fear not, darling. Your strength will see me through. I will find the ruins of my house, and I will emerge again. And it will be as matron mother of the house reborn. All thanks to you. All thanks to the power of your blood. Until we meet again, my darling. Raj, yes, I thought you exploded when I blew up your house multiple times. Ah well, I guess it's a good thing that she doesn't hate me and want me dead. Floric? Dear friend, I doubted you for so long. Perhaps you already knew that. You knew that already, in spite of my best attempts. You proved yourself time and again. At Wookeen's Rest, in Moonrise Towers, in Worms Rock. And still I doubted. The Netherbrain's defeat should have proven your courage, yet I was never doubtful as ever. Learn to read, Tom. Yet I was more doubtful than ever. This was a ruse, a dream, a trick. And then one eve, from the elf song I heard it, singing. A raucous, lewd, tuneless, drunken ruffian. I never heard anything more terrible and more beautiful. I raised my voice and joined the chorus. That was the moment all my doubts melted away and were replaced by something more valuable. Hope. Baldur's Gate will be whole again. I might have doubted you, but you never did. With profound admiration, Floric.
Withers has a keen eye for a nice vintage.
Alfira.
Were we scrounging in barrels?
Hello, friend. I'm sorry it's been so long, but I have the most amazing news. You know how Lacrissa was working insane hours at the Elf Song Tavern? Well, she woke me up one morning all excited and told me she had a surprise for me. She took me to a house in the lower city, and there was a plaque hanging on the outside. A plaque with your and Larissa's names on it. A school of music beneath. I just burst into tears. I couldn't believe it. It's the cutest house you've ever seen, with a big open space downstairs and a small loft where we can sleep. Word spread, and before I knew it, I had a room packed with trainee bards from Candlekeep to Waterdeep. Lacrissa had to quit the elf song to help out. I teach night and day and fall into bed utterly exhausted every night, and I've never been happier. Do come and visit sometime. We'd love to have you. Lots of love, Alfira. I'm glad Alfira survived. To whom it may concern, Withers gave me this address so I could consider writing. Well, I considered it. Return address included. Best. Barkus Root. Was he the little gnome guy? Damon. Hey there. Would you mind passing this on to Karlak? Thanks, Emil. Karlak, if you're reading this, you're alive. Great, wonderful. I'm just a messaging service for Damon now. One way or another, you found a way. Thank the gods. I think of you often, wondering what's become of you. Write to me, won't you, please? Yours faithfully, Damon. I'll pass it along. Elminster. I'm guessing this is Beardman. Oh, for God's... I'm not Gale's message boy either. Gale, my boy. I can only apologise for my absence from Withers' little gathering. I don't remember what his voice was, but that's what we're going with. As you know, only the most urgent of business would keep me from indulging myself in his excellent taste of sweet meats. And your esteemed company, of course. I was delighted to hear that you came to your senses with regards to that cursed crown, and delighted yet further when I learned that the orb's malingering presence no longer poses any threat. In that sense, at least, I hope you feel Mystra treated you fairly. I trust you're enjoying your adventures. I have to say, I struggle to picture you outside of Waterdeep, or your library for that matter. Wherever your escapades take you, be sure to keep your larder well provisioned. After all, one never knows when an old friend might drop by. Elminster, expecting me to be his message boy. Nocturne. Which was... oh, yes, the tiefling. I'm now Shadowheart's message boy. I mean, I can live with that. There's perks to that one. Dear Shadowheart, I hope you are happy and well. I must keep this short as I remain surrounded by Shard's followers at almost every waking moment in my new enclave. I dearly wish for you to enjoy your night spent with old friends. And I hope that you and I shall share such a reunion. I know it must seem strange for me to dwell on such heretical thoughts, yet I cannot help myself. Perhaps one day I shall find some measure of the bravery you did and walk away from this life. Until then, I shall keep safe and hold memories of you as my one ember of light amid an ocean of darkness. Until we find each other once again. Yours always, Nocturne. Yeah, maybe I don't need to pass that one on. Voss. Oh, Voss, yes. I mean, at least he's transcribed it. Shellac. Orpheus may not be with us, but the comet shines ever bright. Breath by breath, battle by battle, Vlaakith's death draws near. I have taken to the astral planes, slaughter all who must be slaughtered, and spread the air's truth to every possible ear, willing and unwilling. Many Githyanki have again taken up arms as warriors of the comet. Others have remained in their enclaves or travelled to creches, dedicating themselves to our cause as scribes, spies, and slate scholars.
Were we scrounging in barrels and crates for supplies when he could source?
But our allies no longer call themselves children of Gith.
14 apples,
Zareth, Mingal, the Gith. There's so many. It's been so long since I've been in this universe. Stop giving me weird words that I don't know how to say. The Thingy God King has requested an audience. We knew this. There was a time when I would have thought such a coalition unspeakable, but with the Githzeri on our side, Jesus Christ, not even the full force of the Kithrak will stop us. If Vlaakith is to fall, perhaps two skies must again be made one. Thanks, Voss. Next time you can keep your crazy words away from me. Hope! I had a dream last night. Not that there are any nights here, or any days. It was a dream about you, all of you, and you were here with me. And I had served bread and jam and oat crackers and cheeses and enough tea to quench a desert. You nibbled and sipped and smiled and laughed, and you asked if I was happy. No one has asked that for so long that I don't know if anyone has ever at all.
Wish I'd had time to polish up the horns.
Don't have the words to answer, so instead I led you through my house and showed you where all the souls that are here with me. They were Raphael's once, but now they belong to themselves. The archive is an art gallery, the boudoir a grand kitchen, and the dungeon is a refuge for any wounded soul or creature that finds its way to us. Am I happy? I don't know, but I am hope, and I persist because of you. That's nice. 9 fingers. This might be interesting, or maybe not. I'm not much for leaving my city, but it does gladden a girl's heart to be asked to a ball, so thank you for that much. In my place, except a few casks of fine vintage that managed to roll their way down from the upper city in all the commotion. The rebuilding has given rise to many such happy opportunities, worth discussing over a more civilized drink in my guild hall if you find yourself at a loose end. Enjoy the muck and see if you can get the High Harper to sing. You won't be disappointed. There's some really cool characters that we didn't really get to meet until Act 3. I'd love an expansion to give us more of the Baldurian side of things with Floric and Nine Fingers and Ravengard. Zevlar. I hope my penmanship has improved somewhat in the past months. When I first stumbled into the city, I shook so badly that I could scarcely hold the soup the priests pressed into my hands, let alone write and thank you as you deserve. It is only when the city itself began to shake that I felt my arms grow still. Along with the other veterans sheltering at the temple, discards of Elturel's unworthy legions, I watched that monstrosity rise over the city. We felt no fear, only anger, disgust, purpose, and with it, power. I do not know what oath we cling to now, or how long it will last, but we shall use it to ensure that the city will not suffer as Elturel did, whether it wants us or not. It is more than thanks alone I owe. No words can make amends for what I did to my people, and that is as it should be. More come to the temple every day to aid in the relief efforts, and if I am permitted to work alongside them, then I am content. Come and see us when you can. Zevlar. I'm sure there's another side to Zevlar's story as well. I guess I'm having them all. What else have we got?
Withers has a keen eye for a nice vintage.
We never really went down the Baldur's Mouth Gazette stuff, so I'm not going to do that now. I am going to have a +1 dagger though.
One evening when we had to eat 14 apples, some fish heads, and a stale loaf of bread just to get by.
There were also nights when we drank a shitload of wine. This is such a nice little ending.
These very skies. Such pleasure to see them once more.
I guess we're done. One final pet of the animals.
Perhaps the bard knows some of my favorites.
Why are you going that? Oh god, don't.
I play with Big Brother Scratch, but am careful. He's small.
Good owlbear. Good owlbear. I love the noise they make.
Yes. Miss this. More.
Come on, come down. We need to find Scratch.
Oh, boy! Is it lovely to sniff you again? You always know just how to do it.
I'm assuming this is where Withers is. I mean, we've spoken to everyone. I don't know if we should talk to someone else before we go in.
Good song, good company, and good fun.
I mean, I don't really want to steal his stuff. Although a scroll of disintegrate sounds might be worth having. Withers?
This one night is like any other, and yet different. Thou art the savior of Baldur's Gate, until such time it requires saving again. How dost thou feel?
I think I've caught up with everyone. What comes next?
What indeed? Prick up thy ears and listen. The balance of the world restored. The balance of these lives, mortal and otherwise, brought to account. Hear me, thou heroes, wastrels, friends. I have waited long to tell you these words. It is over. For now. Thou played thy part in weaving the fabric of fate itself, but for every thread you sewed, so did the gods unravel another. Sleep, rest, revel, but be ready, for thou mayst yet be needed. Until we meet again, I wish thee every possible fortune, health, wealth, love, and above all, problems worth solving.
To the greatest friends I could dream of.
To you.